In today's video, I'm covering the best Cyber Week deals, the ones that are actually worth your money, so no fluff, no endless scrolling on what to take advantage of. These are my tried and true favorites. A lot of these are things that I personally own, I'm personally shopping, and would highly recommend because I think they're a really great deal. So after you watch today's video, you will know all of the best deals worth your money and your precious time this holiday season. I will have all of these products and all of the codes and sales and deals that you need to know about linked in the description box below, and let's jump in. Starting off with one of my top recommendations to take advantage of, Spanx is doing 30% off, and this is by far their lowest, best deal of the entire year. My promo code that I share the rest of the year is 15% off for new customers only, and everyone can take advantage of the 30% off. So I definitely recommend if there's any essentials on your list. My top 4 recommendations, depending on what you need in your wardrobe. If you need leggings, without a doubt, the Booty Boost leggings are my number one. If you need a pair of jeans, they also have really flattering jeans. The flare jeans were the top seller last year if you need a good dressy or date night jean. If you need a work pant, I highly recommend their Ponte smoothing black pants. They have these in so many different silhouettes, from skinny to flare to straight leg to kick flare. Whatever you need, they got it. They are also doing a special discount. I'm kind of giving y'all a little heads up here, but on Friday only, they're doing a special markdown on one of these pants. I think it's the Slim Straight, but I'll link it below just to give you a little heads up there. They're just doing an additional markdown on that pant. And if you just want a cozy set, you cannot go wrong with Air Essentials, my go-to for travel, errands, wearing around the house. Probably the set that I wear the most. They also just launched a brand new brushed version of some of my favorites. So if you're looking for a warmer, cozier variation of the Booty Boost, they have that now. And they also have the brushed version of the Air Essentials as well. I will be reviewing those in the second half of today's video after we cover the sales. I do have, I guess, essentially like a part 2 try-on haul to this video, because I don't want to just sit here and like list out a bunch of stuff. I also want to show you some good stuff or some new stuff and review it and style it and show you how it wears. So this is kind of a 2-part video. So I do know it will be a long one, but I promise it is worth it. Hill House is doing 25% off site-wide, and this is another one of my favorite brands, especially during the warmer months. I live in my Hill House dresses. They worked for me throughout my entire pregnancy. I wear them when I'm not pregnant. They're nursing friendly. Like, you just cannot go wrong with a good Hill House dress. They also have some fun holiday dresses that I recently shared as well. And don't forget, they do have matching mini versions for your little ones. I think the robes and pajamas are going to be a really popular gift on a lot of wish lists this year. So if you're a Hill House girly, this is a great sale. Abercrombie is doing 25% off site-wide. They do have some markdowns up to 50% off. I honestly hate when brands do sales where it says up to 50% off, because I just honestly think it's a tease. But I just wish it would be like, whatever it is site-wide, that's the sale. But 25% off site-wide, up to 50% off, whatever that means. Probably like all the stuff that's like very little sizing available. I don't know. I haven't looked into that that much. Trying not to be bitter, but I don't know. That's just one of my little shopping pet peeves. Anywho, I do have some Abercrombie new arrivals, so I will include those in the second part of today's video. Tuckernook is another one of my go-to places to shop, especially lately. I've just been loving their curated timeless pieces. They are doing 25% off almost everything. There are some brand exclusions, like I know sadly Zimmerman isn't included, but for the most part, you can get 25% off. I believe the code is Showtime. Just to save time, I'll put just the codes next to each brand in the description box. There are a few pieces I just wanted to call out as some favorites, like my favorite sweater dress. There's a nice ruffled tunic top that I styled recently, some good flats. They have really pretty party dresses if you're looking for something really unique for the holidays. If you have like a good office party to go to, they have some really great options. I did also want to re-mention Amazon is obviously doing a ton of stuff for Black Friday. Like, I get so overwhelmed covering Amazon stuff, but I did do a video on Sunday covering 35 of the best deals to take advantage of. So if you missed that video, I would watch that one next, but I will just go ahead and link to all of those products on my Amazon storefront. And if you are nosy like me, I actually did take advantage of a lot of items this year. Things that were in my cart for like Prime Day that I didn't pull the trigger on. So if you're curious on what I bought from Amazon, I will also link to that folder as well. I knocked out a lot of Christmas gifts, but I also got some very like practical home buys as well. The J.Crew Black Friday sale has not started yet this year, but last year they did 50% off site-wide, which is a really great sale. Not gonna lie, I have been browsing J.Crew and just haven't seen anything new that I'm particularly like having to add, but there are some tried and true staples that I have shared with you in the past, like the Juliet cardigan, the cashmere wrap, and the coats are definitely a great buy. I did buy a new coat that I will put at the end of today's video. It is a gorgeous like popper red. I don't know, I haven't tried it on yet, but it looks stunning. So we'll see how that ends up. In the past, I have recommended their sweater, like the cashmere sweaters, but in all honesty, I feel like I would just go with Quince if you're wanting some cashmere sweaters. They've kind of taken over the J.Crew cashmere love in my personal wardrobe, and I just think it's a better price point for nearly the same thing. And Quince has way more silhouettes that you can play with. So I don't know, I don't really recommend the J.Crew cashmere anymore because I wear a lot more of those Quince pieces in my wardrobe. So we will see what they officially do when their Black Friday does start, but just wanted to give you a heads up that last year they did 50%. If you're wondering how I remember all of these sales, I actually have a blog post on my website that I update every single year with a lot more brands that I can cover in this video. And I feel like it's fun to reference that to make sure that you're actually getting a good deal, because sometimes brands will do a lower price on Cyber Monday, for example, and I kind of keep tabs on all of that. So if you want to reference that post, I will also link that below. And I've also curated some specific picks to my favorite brands in that post as well. Loft is doing their typical 50% off plus free shipping. This is usually their best deal of Cyber Week. It's honestly, they do this sale a lot throughout the year, so it's nothing like, I would say, better than ever, because they do often do 50%, but right now it is 50% off and the free shipping. And I don't think there's any minimum, which is nice, because sometimes brands will do like $100 minimum. I am still combing through Nordstrom's sale. They have so many markdowns to get through, but I have seen some of my favorites that I own and have been recommending over and over again that are marked down. For example, my favorite Zella pants. I did want to give you a heads up. I had to update the link because it was going to a sold out pant. So if I've been sharing this and you saw that they were sold out, they are actually not sold out. They are fully in stock. So I did update that link. So they are still in stock. Uggs are on sale. I got these in the Nordstrom sale. They are like $10 more than they were in the Nordstrom sale, just to give you a heads up. I'm here, that's my goal, is to like make sure you're getting a good deal. So I believe I got these for $109 in the Nordstrom sale, and right now they're $119. But I am still kind of combing through their sales. So I will probably do a collage or just round up my top picks for you below. I do have a few new arrivals, like this really stinking cute jacket. I haven't tried it on yet, but we'll get to it in the second part of this video. Right now, Kendra Scott is doing 30% off, but I will warn you, in the past, they have done 40% off on Cyber Monday. The risk there is some things you never know if they're gonna sell out, but if you are looking for the lowest deal, I would wait till Monday to snag any pieces. I love their Love Shack Fancy options. They have a brand new collection with them that did not sell out immediately, which is nice. Tory Burch has honestly kind of fell off my radar a little bit, but I was browsing their new arrivals and there were so many cute handbags, and they're doing 30% off of a 250 plus purchase. But they are also doing a ton of markdowns on some really great pieces. So I rounded up some of my favorites that I'll pop in here. There is a handbag that I saw in store that I loved. I just loved the style, the size, but it's pretty pricey for Tory Burch. I was a little shocked. It was full price, like almost $1,000, which I was not used to seeing that price tag at Tory Burch, in all honesty, but it was like a bigger size and more leather. So maybe that's why. But if I can get 30% off, I may consider that one. There's quite a few small businesses that I wanted to call out. Most of them are on Etsy. And just a little Etsy shopping tip that I've learned. I love Etsy, by the way. like home decor and personalized gifts, I am a sucker for it. But if you add things to your cart, typically the sellers will like throw at least a 10% off code your way. Like if you just leave it in your cart for 24 hours, that's just something I personally noticed. But one small business I wanted to call out is Petite Keep is doing 15% off. And if you haven't heard of Petite Keep, they are like an heirloom trunk company. And I have personally purchased way too many because I am a sucker for any like keepsakes and cute things like that. So I have bought one for Josie, I bought one for Lucy, and then I kind of bought myself two because I have one for my wedding keepsakes. And then I bought one for our family to have like, it's where I keep like birthday things, and it was where I kept my Christmas cards, like tooth fairy things, just random like pictures and all that, and any cards that Tim gets me. But they have a holiday trunk that we just added to our Petite Keep collection. And they did send me that trunk, whereas the other ones I have personally purchased myself. But I am starting a really cute tradition for the girls this year that I cannot wait. I did share a little reel, so I'll put that video here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna surprise them. Well, really mostly Josie. I don't think my 2-month-old is gonna remember. But with this trunk, and inside it's gonna have our favorite like Christmas memories. We have a holiday like card book, but it's also gonna have some fun new stuff. So like their Christmas dresses, she needed dresses for like a Christmas pageant and her Christmas party and seeing Santa and things like that. So it's gonna be a mix of like some old and new things like Christmas pajamas, a new ornament for her tree in her room. And I just cannot wait to start that tradition. And we got the cute Nutcracker one. They have 2 prints this year and they have sold out for the past 3 years. So with this promo code, they will likely sell out very soon. But I just think that's such a fun, sentimental gift for a bride-to-be, a mom, for like a new baby, great for like birthdays, that type of thing. And they're also really pretty decor if you get one to kind of match the room. I've even thought about doing one for like their playroom for arts and crafts and things, but I need to hold off. I think I have enough trunks for now. I am personally, I think, taking advantage of a lot of home deals that I've been just putting off knowing that Cyber Week was coming up. Ballard Designs is doing a lot of markdowns. It's not anything specific percentage wise, but it's just kind of a price as shown. But the real sale, I will say, is they are doing free shipping, and not just like standard shipping, but also in-home delivery. I was able to switch my recent order to free in-home delivery, which white glove is normally like $200 to $300 with furniture. So I think that is a really great deal. I bought a new rug for our living room if you are curious. And there's a couple other things in my cart that I might end up getting if I remember, honestly. Caitlin Wilson is one of my favorite like girlier home decor places, and they are doing 25% off site-wide. I have my eye on this mirror for our dining room. Josie's pillows are from there, just very girly, kind of grand millennial style if you haven't shopped there before. All right, I covered my personal favorite deals that I am potentially shopping this year, but I do have a lot more cyber sale deals and codes over on my blog, so I'll link that below. But let's get into part 2 with a fun try-on haul. I have a few new arrivals from Abercrombie to share, and I also wanted to flag there is a stackable code for an extra 15% off of their current Black Friday sale. So don't forget to add that for extra savings. But starting off with a sweater dress, this one comes in a lot of color options. I was originally going to do the cream, but I don't have a navy sweater dress. And I thought this was really pretty with the gold sort of hammered textured buttons. I layered a turtleneck underneath. It is V-neck. I also think layering a navy turtleneck would be really nice. I ordered one from J.Crew, but it did not come yet. So I added cream and then added the little cream knee-high boots. It has a really great length. I'm wearing a size small. It is true to size. And the reason I got this was the functional buttons to make it nursing friendly. The sleeve length is pretty long and cozy. I have mine folded over just so you could see the cream coming underneath. But here is the sleeve length with them uncuffed, so they do have a more casual fit. I love the thick knit on the bottom. It's also one that you could easily like scrunch on the elbow and it will stay and just look really nice and relaxed and styled. No pockets. The material is definitely pretty thick and warm and cozy. and it just feels super soft and really good quality. And you can also unbutton these and wear it as a longer cardigan if you want, just to kind of maximize it in your wardrobe. One of my top recommendations on sales to take advantage of this Cyber Weekend is the Spanx sale. It is such a good time to stock up on your wardrobe essentials that you're gonna reach for the most in your wardrobe. At least I do. Like, I just wear the heck out of my Spanx pieces, and they're doing 30% off site-wide. So first up, I'm really excited about this. The Booty Boost leggings, y'all know, are my favorite leggings, but they just launched this new brushed line. So essentially these are the same Booty Boost leggings, but they have a soft, it almost feels like fleece lined leggings, but I don't know. I need to look at the material composition. They're not as thick as fleece lined leggings, but they have like a warm, cozy layer on the inside. So these are perfect for this time of year if you need some warmer workout leggings. I wear a medium in these, so I personally size up. They have different length options. This is the full length. I'm 5'5" for height reference. These are the most flattering leggings. I know I talk your head off about Booty Boost, so I'll keep it brief, but I'm really excited that they came out with a little bit of a warmer legging for this year. And then I paired it with this little cropped top. I'm wearing a small. The only time I'm comfortable in shorter crop tops like this is if I'm wearing the Booty Boost, because they are the leggings that give me a little confidence boost. They're so slimming. So I love this little cropped fit, especially as a short torso girly. I think they have this in 4 colors. This is actually what I'm wearing today. I'm gonna pick up Josie from carpool and maybe get a little afternoon walk in. We'll see how the schedule goes, but yeah. So excited for these brushed leggings. Next up is this new zip jacket. This one has little cinch detail at the waist, which is optional if you want it to be a little bit boxier or if you want to pull it in. I'm wearing a small. I would say it has a little bit of a roomier fit. So if you're in between 2 sizes, I would go with the size down. I'm very much in between small and medium, just depending on how I want things to fit at Spanx. This jacket has 2 little zip pockets here, which is great to like toss your rings in or your AirPods in, and you know that they're going to be like safe and secure in there. Also has a little thumb holes. The sleeve length is a little bit longer and it tapers in at the wrist, and this one has a little bit more warmth to it. I wonder if this is also brushed. I don't know if it is or not, but comparing this, I know Lululemon makes a similar little fitted zip jacket. This one definitely has a little more warmth to it on the inside, like a little bit more of a fuzzier material. And then it has more of a mock neck if you want to wear it fully zipped up. Super cute little athleisure jacket. Also comparing it to the Lululemon, I know the Lululemon is just like more tailored and fitted, whereas this one has a little bit of a boxier fit with the cinched waist detail. So in addition to the Booty Boost brush, they also have Air Essentials brushed. So again, a little bit of a softer, warm, cozy interior. I wonder if, yeah, you can kind of see there. And then they also have some new styles in the Air Essentials as well. So this is a tunic, which I always love a good tunic. So it's longer in the back, still has plenty of length in the front as well. Wearing a size small, has the zip. I really like the ribbing here, just gives it some good interest. I think they have 4 colors in this as well. Paired it here with the leggings, but they do also have matching pants, so I'll pop those on next. All right, here are the matching pants. Again, I think they have these in 2 different styles, but I love the wide leg. I feel like these have a little bit more, they're actually more flared than they are wide legs. They still have a good flattering taper through the upper thigh. They do run a tiny bit longer. I'm wearing, I think, the regular length in a size small. These have a slightly dressier look to them because they have that front seam, and then they also have buttons here, which the other ones are all pull-on designs. So these have a smocked stretchy waistband, and then they also have buttons, which is definitely different to the traditional Air Essentials. And then they don't have a zipper or anything. That's just like a faux little pocket there. It doesn't open up or anything. And then they also have the seam down the front. And then here is a look at the inside material. So you can see It has that brushed, like cozy, warmer interior. Also, I'm so sorry, the lighting is horrible today because it is just the gloomiest, rainiest day, and this is the only day that I can film this week. So that is a bummer. Thankfully, the camera does a good job of brightening it up, but it is actually quite dark in here, which is crazy. But there is a flash sale that I wanted to just call out. If you need any work pants today only, or okay, so I don't know when this video is going up. On Friday, you can get 50% off of 3 styles of the Ponte work pants at Spanx. So they're marking down the flared, the wide leg, and then this is the slim straight. These were my favorite work pants when I worked as a PT in a clinic. I wore them on repeat, and they're such a good classic staple. They're a thick Ponte material. They do have faux pockets, stretchy pull-on waistband. I just love how stretchy and comfortable these are, but they still look really nice. I'm wearing the regular length with the heel here. They are a little bit longer, like they're hitting below my ankles. So if I did want to do a flat, I would just tuck them under or get them hemmed slightly, because I think they would work with both a heel and a flat if they were just a tad shorter on me. But definitely consider these if you need a work pant, especially if you can get them for 50% off. That is such a good little flash sale. But I do have a few more like new arrivals to share from there as well. And this is the Juliet cardigan. I believe I mentioned this in the sale roundup, but I'm wearing an extra small here. It has washed and held up really well. I've had this for a couple of years now, and it's just a nice light layered. It's wool and cotton blend. And I think they have this in 2 other color options. When I was looking at my analytics for last November, it was funny because it was like Spanx, Spanx, Spanx. I think they were 4 out of the top 5 items. It was Booty Boost. But the number 1 most shopped item was their flare jean. So I wanted to restyle these. They actually came out, my pair last year did not have the faux button, but now they have a little faux button. I'm wearing a size small regular. Keep in mind the inseam. I like a flare jean with a heel or like a heeled booty because that really elongates your legs. But if I was wanting to pair them with flats, I would do the shorter because these do run a little bit longer. But the regular length is perfect for like a 3-inch heel on me. I could even do a 4-inch, but I don't live that life anymore. I'm more of a 2 to 3-inch heel cut type of girl. So yeah, if you need a good jean for fall and winter, these are my go-to for date nights. Like, they're pretty much the only jean I'll wear for date night. They're still very stretchy and comfortable, but ultra flattering. Honestly, when I like pull these on, they just fit like a glove. I can't even explain it, but something about the way the butt fits, it just has such a good fit. And the pocket placement is also nice. They're not too high up on the butt. I paired it here with this little ballet pink off the shoulder sweater. I'm wearing a medium. Super soft, and honestly like the perfect blushy, it's not even super blushy, but it's just, and this is like my all-time favorite shade of pink. It's just the perfect soft ballet pink. I think this would be really cute for like a girly holiday look if you wanted to pair it with a fun skirt. Anytime I wear off the shoulder, I usually always do a medium, so I would say it is very true to size. I adore this little peplum sweater, plus it does have some functional buttons all the way down. So perfect for me right now. Nursing friendly. I just love anything with a little ruffle detail, I guess. I paired it with this little croc mini skirt, which it's definitely a mini. It's very short. It's actually a skirt. It has built-in like comfy shorts. I feel like I would be more comfortable with this hemline with a tight, which would look really cute to do like a chocolate tight with this. But I may switch it out for a medium just to have a little more kind of wiggle room. But this one comes in a lot of colors. I think they also have like a holiday print if you want. I have had the skirt. I actually have it in red from last year for the holidays. But I really liked this brown croc. It's like a different texture. So I'll have to reorder this one in the next size up. And then I paired it with a chocolate knee-high boot. But very happy with the sweater. It is so cute. You could kind of dress it down with jeans, dress it up for date night. I thought this would be a cute little holiday set. I actually don't have any hoodies in my wardrobe, which is kind of crazy because when I was in high school, hoodies were life. Like that's all we wore. And then I think just over the years, we've leaned into more crew neck styles, but this one is a hoodie, which kind of just takes me back. I think this would actually be so cute as a travel outfit for the holidays if you like layer it with a coat underneath and then have the hoodie coming out. I think that's like a very trendy and obviously very cozy look. I'm wearing a small in the sweatshirt. It does have some more length to it, but I have it folded under. And then these sweatpants are so cozy. I like the little thinner waistband. There's a drawstring on the inside. And I'm wearing a small in these, and they have a pretty roomy, baggy fit. So if you're in between, I feel like there's definitely room to size down. It does have the little tapered ankle. I paired it with some Uggs. You can't go wrong with Uggs this time of year. They do have matching tops to these sweatpants specifically, but I loved the little Festive Mary sweatshirt. It's a burgundy plaid. I don't know if my camera is flipping it once I go to edit this, but right now to me it looks flipped. But that is what it says. So cute little comfy lounge set. I do not have enough sweatpants. Like I have leggings and lots of more elevated athleisure, but a good old pair of sweatpants you can never go wrong with. Okay, love this look. I spotted this little wrap cardigan that I wanted to try. The one that I wanted from Aritzia sold out. I know Aritzia is doing a really great Black Friday. I'll put that in the description box. But I love the tassel little tie detail on this one, and it has like the knit texture. This one won't be as warm. There's a lot of like great wool options if you need more warmth, but this is a good one if you live in the South like I do, because it's been in the 70s here this month. Because it has like bigger knit holes just to give you a little more breathing room underneath. Speaking of underneath, I layered this lightweight sweater. I've had this one for a few, like maybe a year or two. It is currently 30% off. I love the neckline. It has a looser fit, but it does layer nicely. It's true to size. And then I paired it with some leggings that are also 30% off. And then these boots I got during the Nordstrom sale. They were a little bit of a splurge, but I will definitely find some more affordable options as well. And I'll link these. I wouldn't be surprised if they are back on sale, but I need to just check them specifically. But so cute. And basically the entire look is on sale. I am fairly confident that if you went back and watched all of my previous year's cyber videos, I actually always kind of do this type of video every cyber weekend. I think every single video will probably have a J.Crew coat in them because I think they are such a fabulous buy if you do need a coat. And I would specifically recommend to go with J.Crew over J.Crew Factory if it's in your budget. You can most of the time get the same style of coat at J.Crew Factory, but the quality of the materials and the composition will be different. And I think it is worthwhile to spend that little extra money on the J.Crew. But I'll link both just depending on what your budget is. But how fun is this pop of red? Definitely unexpected. It's a really pretty red. It has like almost like a pink undertone to it in person. Love how it pops with the gold detailing. The lining is so well done. Really nice quality. This coat specifically runs very generous. I am usually, I would say a 6 in most winter coats. Like in my Reese coat, I'm a 6. Sometimes I'll be a 4 if I want it to have a closer fit, but I am wearing a 2 in this one, and I still have a lot of room and comfort in the shoulders. So I would personally recommend to size down in this one. If you're wanting to wear super chunky knits underneath, I don't know. It's hard to say. I would still probably recommend to size down personally because I'm not usually a 2. If I want a closer fit, I normally go with a 4. But yeah, I love this color. It's so fun. It of course comes in neutrals. There's a really pretty cream. I already have a nice cream coat, so I went with the fun red. I bought this coat last year and it was way too big on me. I got a 4 and then it was sold out before I could exchange it. So ended up working in my favor because this red is super fun. Kept on that same sweater underneath so you can see
how it fits and the length of it. It's a little roomy through the body, so it doesn't cling on the tummy area. And then I have been wearing the heck out of these leggings. So yeah, I will actually round up some of my J.Crew recommendations, but they're kind of slim pickings this year. I don't know why. Just nothing was like super standing out to me. There are definitely some good like classic staples that I always recommend from there that I will put below.
One sale I came across of that I also wanted to call out, my over-the-knee chocolate boots. I recommended them in the Nordstrom sale this past year. I got mine 2 years ago. I specifically bought them because I was looking for a comfortable but nice elevated boot to wear on our trip to London and Paris a few years ago. I knew we would do a ton of walking, but I still wanted to look cute, and those shoes ended up being perfect. They're waterproof. They basically have no heel. I sized up half from what I normally do in boots so that I could add an insert or wear thicker socks because I knew we were going to do a ton of walking. And I'm glad that I did that just because my feet were really swollen. And I mean, we walked like almost 30,000 steps in one day. So I did a ton of walking. They're very comfortable. I also wore them on a trip to New York. I think they're a great boot, but they're on sale right now, and then you can stack an additional 25% off code. So they're coming out to like a really great price point. They're probably close to what they were in the Nordstrom sale, if I'm being honest, from what I remember. I'll actually double check just so I can know. But they come in black and brown. I'll put some photos up just so you can see what I'm talking about, because I didn't end up styling them. I could throw them on. I don't know. We'll see if I get to it.
Did end up throwing on those over-the-knee boots. I mean, they're probably hard to see because it's like super dark out and I'm wearing them with leggings, but they come up right here. Also, like super important to note, they do stay up on me. Like I'm not like constantly having to pull them up. And they also don't have any of like the stretchy material on the back. I know a lot of Stuart Weitzman over-the-knee boots have like the tie detail, and that's just not my favorite personally. So I like that these are just clean, simple, and most importantly, they stay up and they're waterproof. I just paired it with a cozy, oversized cashmere sweater. This has been a bestseller this month and also back in July, believe it or not, because it was in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I'll round up some look for less options because this is a thick cashmere, so I know it's not under $100. It's a little pricier, but a really cozy casual piece. My battery's dying, so probably need to wrap this up. Another sale I just wanted to call out is Anthropologie is doing 30% off, and they are one of my go-tos for gifts. They just have really unique things, lots of homeware, candles, and I think it's just a really good gift spot. So I will round up some goodies below. I did get a few things and they were honestly all fails. So the only thing I have to share is this cute little scalloped scarf. This comes in a few different color options. I'm a sucker for anything with scallops, and it is kind of oversized. I have it folded over just so you can see, and it hits me right above the knee. So it's just kind of oversized, cozy, but it has a fun little print detail. Not print detail, but like texture, I guess, for your outfits. For my fellow girly girls, of course, I had to share this adorable little quilted jacket. It has heart quilts and then these little bow ties. And what's great about this is you don't have to fuss with the bow ties because they are just sewn on the outside, and these have little buttons if you want to close it up. So cute. It's more of a lightweight jacket. So I would say 50-degree weather, 50 to 60 is kind of the ideal probably for this one. But so cute and darling if you love the girlier things in life like I do. I am wearing a size small here.
I hope you enjoyed today's curated cyber sale picks. I will be back again with a new video on Sunday sharing all of my current obsessions and favorite things from the month of November. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you then. Bye.